Good morning, and welcome to our live meeting on Thinkfinity online resources. We're new at this, and we're going to be a real casual, friendly, interactive day with our tech coaches. That's how we want to interact with you this year, and we hope that it will be a fun time for everybody. Thinkfinity online resources are fabulous, and I will be showing you and getting online show you all the things that are in there, and just share with you, because there's so many airliners and smart boards out there and teachers needing interactive resources, and these are safe and fun. They're really good. So let's just get started with our Thinkfinity online resources. I'm going to put up a PowerPoint, and so that we can guide you through some of the features in Think. When you go to Thinkfinity, it's just www.thinkfinity.org, real easy to remember, and you'll find, like it says, thousands of free educational resources that you can access from school or home or wherever you are. It's a partnership with Verizon. It used to be Marco Polo, if you remember that. And so, and there's also free professional development within that is very good. Virginia, Richard, and I just finished a 30-hour online course with Thinkfinity. And at the end of the time, I'll be telling you about the Blackboard course online in Colorado that you can take for 6 hours. That is available starting today. As you see from the partners that are in Thinkfinity are major people in the industry for the different areas. We have arts, economics, humanities, math, reading English, science, geography, American history, adult literacy, just all the core subjects. No matter what you teach, you're going to be able to find resources on here that are interactive and free and good and quality. So you really need to get familiar with this online. As I said, the resources are free, and they're also aligned with the national curriculum standards, the national standards, not Florida ones, but national. But, Florida ones coincide with the national ones, so you can find things that you need to find for your curriculum. One good thing about it, all of our partner resources that you saw in the last slide, they look over all of the resources that are given, and so they make sure that they're safe and that they're accurate in their quality. So anything that's on Thinkfinity has been reviewed by the partner people, and so they're really good resources. Like I said, they're perfect for integrating with your smart. You all resources that are quality, that are easy to use, that are ready to use, so that it will be easy for you to use. Okay, this is a perfect pitch is an example of an interactive tool that is offered in there. And I'm just kind of showing you some kind of the kind of resources that are in there. Interactive tools that can be used with Smartboard and Airliner. Also, they have like worksheets and stuff that go along. They may provide content in area, and then they'll provide the worksheet that's already done for you to start things, to write down things, whatever. And so, they're already done, they're already beautiful, and the time preparation for these is very limited. So, they're already there for you to use. So, they have handouts and things like that. And they also have, if you go to places like Arts Edge and those places, they have web links to other resources that you can actually give links to other resources. And ArtsEdge, the one that is shown here, has web links to other resource sites that are fabulous, the topics that you choose. There also, as we said in this one, Edutopia is a very well-known educational magazine, and it has chosen Thinkfinity as the best site for the past 2 years. So, I mean, other people praising this site. I know as Marco Polo, when it was in the past, when Thinkfinity took it over, always got really good reviews by everyone for the quality of their products. Okay, now what we're going to do is go out to the Thinkfinity site live, and I'm going to show you around the site. Okay, I'm at the Thinkfinity site, www.thinkfinity.org, and let me just show you kind of how it's set up. It's really, it has a very powerful search engine where you can enter a keyword. If you're working on a topic like phonics or fractions or Martin Luther King or anything like that, you can go ahead and enter the keyword, and then as you see, you can say what subject it is. If you click on the subject, you have arts, economics, foreign languages, geography, history, family and adult literacy, literature, math, philosophy, reading, science, social studies. All the core areas are there if you want to search in a specific area. They have all kinds of resource types like lesson plans, like interactives, and the ones that are interactives, I always choose that because the interactives are really good to use with the resource types I was talking about. I like to choose the interactives because they're really good to use with our with the airliners and the smart boards. There's also worksheets. You go to primary sources, reference materials, all kinds of things, quizzes. All things are already prepared and they're high quality because they've been reviewed by the partners before they're even put on the board, okay, as a possible resource. And then if you want to just go to one of the content partners, ArtsEdge, EconEd's link, Excitement, Illuminations, Literacy Workshop, Read, Think, Write, Science Netlinks, Smithsonian History, Explorer, and Expeditions. If you want to go to any of those, you can just choose that site if you have a specific site that you want to do. Like I said, the search engine is very, very powerful. Let's search for a couple things and kind of see what it looks like, okay? I'm going to type in the word phonics because phonics is very important, is it not? Usually for about grades K through 2, don't you think? So I'm going to say, those are the two things I'm going to say. And go. And we're going to see if there are any resources for this. As you see up here, there are 10 pages of interactive, and you can see what kind of interactive they are. See picture math? That means this is an interactive. You can tell by the symbols that are here. See, here are the symbols, lessons, primary resources, actives, reference material, assessment, and worksheet. You can tell what kind of resource they have within them in that by looking right there on the entry. So like I said before, I always look for the interactive. So if I were looking down through here, I would look for the ones that may be interactive. So picture math would be one that I might want to choose and view the details of. And we can just go right there, details. And see, when you get there, it's got all kinds of information on it. And you actually link to the site where the picture math. It's going to be like a game. Okay, so that's a K through 2 choice. Now another one that everybody has to do in January, the topic that everybody wants things for would be Martin Luther King. That would be in all areas. You wouldn't just want to say K through 2. You could say all, couldn't you? And there's all kinds of subject area things probably that are available for Martin Luther King. So in January, you know, if you were looking for something special to do, since we that's one of the topics that we really focus on, you can see like there are 20 different pages of things for this. And interactive things, like this is an interactive thing that focuses on his contributions to the civil rights movement, and just different things like this. I mean, interactive stuff that aren't just writing and things like that. I mean, they're actually things that the kids can look at and interact with your airliners. And so you can see how powerful this is for the thing. Now, if you are in a hurry and you are new to Thinkfinity and you want something quick to do with your kids, interactive, maybe you have a break and you need like a 10-minute activity. If you go to Educator right here. Now, they still have the Halloween stuff up. I'm a little sad about that. I thought for sure they were giving stuff up. But I bet you in a few days, they'll have plenty of resources up there that you can use for Thanksgiving. They probably are leaving that, you know, they probably just haven't updated it to Thanksgiving, but they will. But if you choose Educator, down here you can see, you can go to interactive games and different activities really fast. But the one even more powerful than this is if you go to Subjects, and it will give you interactive tools to use right away. Let's look at math, because everybody has to do math, don't they? Okay, some of the things that are there, there's a concentration game, a factor game, a energy game. This power-up one is so fun. We've been doing it. Let me just show you that for a second. This power-up game, when you start it, you can put your kids in groups. And what you have to do, it's a group project, and you have to power up a city, and you have $300, and you have to think about the environmental impact of what you're doing, and so you can't run out of money, and you can't do too many bad things to the environment, and track of all that, and you can see which group wins or whatever. It's not as easy as it looks. I've done it several times, but for example, you have a choice of hydroelectric power. It tells how much power you get, how much it costs, and the impact. So those are the three things that you have to do. Can you see how the 21st century standards come into play here when you're doing these interactive things? You are collaborating and communicating with each other in the groups. You're doing higher level thinking skills. You're planning. All these things come in. It's just not rote regurgitation kind of stuff like we think of drill and kill for computers. This is planning. This is, you know, the kids are using their brain. They're having fun, and they're interacting, and they're engaged in their learning. A lot of benefits come out. So, for example, on this one you have hydroelectric power, or you can choose solar power or nuclear power. Okay. And see, nuclear power, you get a lot of power. The cost is pretty high. The impact is pretty high too, isn't it? And see, the impact is here. It costs a little more, but you even have more power, so maybe you want. When you do that, see, it makes your money go down, and you're only half the way there. So you have 3 more choices, and you have to, and see your environmental impact is this. You can't get too much or you crash. I mean, they make you start over. You lose. So anyway, this is a really, really fun activity, and that's just one of many that are available. Out of this and go back here, and You can see all the other math, all kinds of different things. Let's go to another area. Let's see. Let's just go to like science. A big one that, you know, if you want to make it come to life, you want, when you're teaching science, you want something that shows, you know, resources that are real life, you know, things. And so one of the things that's fun in this one that I've tried is gravity launch, and it talks about gravity and all that kind of stuff. And then classifying things, we want our kids to write, don't we? If we give them really good topics to write on, unwrapping mummies is a really good one for that one. It's creepy, but kids like creepy stuff. And so you have all of the visual things and the interactive things that make the writing come to life for it. That. And see, it's really easy to maneuver through Thinkfinity. I mean, as you saw, you can go in as a student, a parent, or an after-school program. If you're in charge of an after-school program and you want quality activities for the kids to do, there are all kinds of things in here to do that are interactive and that are very, very good. So I'm going to here and show you about a course that we're going to offer. Good. Okay, so the next slide I want you to tell you about is the course that we have developed in Blackboard that you can take, that you would get 6 hours of in-service credit for. And it's actually, you'll be going into Thinkfinity, and if you look in your handouts up at the top, you can see that the PowerPoint that we did today is in there. Also in there is the flyer that tells you how to sign up for and enroll in this class. It's available on Blackboard right now, and the directions for it are on that. I would love for you, as a tech coach, we want you to be the resource person for your school, and we would love for you to maybe print some of these, put them on the bulletin boards, and let some of your teachers know about this resource, especially the ones that have airliners and smart boards in their class, because the interactive tools in here are just... So if they would like credit for learning about Thinkfinity, this is a course that is a 6 in-service point course, and it's available. Log into Blackboard, or log into the PDF scheduler and sign up. Okay, remember up in the handouts, if you click on the handouts, you can see that the Thinkfinity flyer is the directions, has the directions that you can download and hopefully print and let other people, especially the ones that have airliners and document cameras, to take this course, and so that they'll use their digital device packages effectively at their schools. That's what we're trying to do, is to get resources out to you guys so that you are engaging students and actually using the digital devices that we have, trying to get out to the classrooms for you. This concludes the part that we wanted to make you aware of, the Thinkfinity awareness part of our presentation. We will have another, we'll have these, you know, throughout the year whenever we can. I know we're going to try to get with everybody and see what the best time would be. Someone suggested 7:30 in the morning would be the best time, so that's a possibility. But we'll be sending a survey to see if we can get a better, you know, what is the best time for our tech coaches to meet and, you know, see the resources that we're going to share and everything. Our next one is scheduled for November 30th. And since everybody got their webcams this week, some of you got them last year, but the new ones got them this week, we're going to try to show you some resources and how to use those webcams in an So we're going to try to limit these to like maybe no more than 30 minutes because we know how busy teachers are. These all are being recorded, and we will put them out there for you to watch as many times as you need. We'll try to have all the resources in the handout section so you can download them and view them as many times as you need to. Are there any questions? Do you have any comments or questions? If you want to unmute your microphone, go ahead and we can hear you. Robin, did you unmute yours?
Yes, Kitty, I did not get the webcam.
Okay, well, we can take care of that later, I guess. We'll check into it for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? This is our first one kind of that we've done. I think Russ did one at the very beginning of school. We'll get better at it. And, you know, I really thank you for taking time out. Yes, I see Henry has unmuted his. Do you have a question, Henry?
No, I was just trying to figure it out.
Okay. Okay, well, I hope that this was informative and will give you some ideas for using Thinkfinity with all of the digital device things that we're trying to get into your school. We want you to make learning for your kids. So that's the purpose of showing you Thinkfinity and offering the Blackboard course. Are there any other questions? It looks... Okay. We have some on the Q&A, so I don't have that open.
We one of the questions was, when's this going to the recording be available? So hopefully it'll be available before noontime even. And I know that there are a few of you that did have some technical issues, and we are looking at the audio component as well.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Okay, then let's go ahead and call it quits for today. Like Steve said, we'll try to have the video available by noon today or so. And, you know, as I said, we'll get better at this. But we want it to be interactive. We're really glad for the people that said something. This is our communication time with you. And since it's so far to get to everybody in Polk County, since we're such a huge county, this is a way that we can communicate with you. You know, it's just like we're there. I mean, you can see me. You turn your video on, I could see you, and it could be just like we're in the same room. Okay? So this is the end for the Thinkfinity online resources, and we really appreciate it. Have a great day.